Hello. Hello. Hello everyone, good afternoon. Welcome to another stream of Plane Shift, where we build an MMO, a piece by piece. Piece by piece, boys. There's a screenshot of the day. There is an old screenshot, but still valid. I remember everyone that our game is actually available in alpha. You can download it. Just go to our main website. The links are below and you click on download and you can play it if you want. It is available. Hello Fergus, hello Hula, hi. What I want to work on today is a bit of NPC, artificial intelligence. So it seems that we have two types of NPC that are not working as expected, and I think that is related to so we have mercenaries that are really not properly working somehow, and we have the what we call Lio. I don't know if there is a bug on them, but probably yes. That they basically continue to cast the same spell over and over. So I did a bit of investigation. I did a bit of investigation on this, and let me change the music. I did a bit of investigation, and I don't know exactly why it happens, but I see the sequence at least, right? So I see the sequence of what is happening. So from my analysis, let me see if I can put it somewhere. Yeah, maybe. From my analysis, that is what is happening. Where do I have it? Yeah, I have it here. I have it here. So basically the monster understands that there is a player next to him. Okay. And he's trying to cast his first spell, and his first spell is actually a buff, right? Is a buff spell. Is a buff spell. That buff spell seems to be properly executed, but then the the buff is getting interrupted by this assess fighter. Assess fighter is another behavior where the NPC is trying to understand if the opponent is very strong or is very weak compared to him, and is acting differently based on the opponent's strength, right? So if the opponent is equal or less than his strength, then he will fight. If not, he may flee or he may just not attack, right? So that is how it works. So the assess fighter kicks in, and at a certain point the buff is then restarted when it is at 2/3 of his execution. So 2/3 means that 2 steps out of 3 have been executed. Actually, the buff behavior is relatively simple. Is this, right? So he's basically locating himself, and then he's casting the spell that he just previously prepared, and that spell in this case is the buff, and then he's waiting, 1 second, right? So that is what he's doing. And in fact, I was debugging the NPC, and what I see that we have a buff. We have a buff that is actually with 130 needs. So this is the need. So is how much the NPC really wants to do this. And you see that is at step 2 out of 3. So 2 out of 3, meaning that it got interrupted during the casting, right? Which may be fine, but actually the casting already started. Then when the buff restarts, right, what I see that the buff is restarting and is actually restarting from step 0. So is restarting from the beginning. And this is what I think may be the problem, right? And then what happens is that we get another player perception, right? We get another player perception. And the new player perception is triggering again an assessment. And the assessment is triggering again the buff. And so the cycle restarts. So that is why we have these NPC continuously casting spells, while in theory we would like them to cast the spell and then attack, right? So it seems that the interruption is probably causing the problem. So I think that the only way to really know the truth, right, is to compare it to Legacy. So what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to open up another client. And it's good that we still have Legacy running, because it's a way for me to really compare, you know, and understand how things are working if something in the code was not ported properly. So I think we will reconnect, and I will reconnect with someone that doesn't have a lot of hopefully not a lot of stuff, because I need to become a player. And we will teleport me to one of the... Okay, it's not the best place. No, let's do it another way. So we will go here. Here we are in the old game. Huh? The mercenaries have the same problem, but I think the if we solve the problem with the Lio guys, we will solve it also. I cannot mantle in this game. Huh? We will solve it also for the mercenaries, and probably for other... Ah, no, these are the wrong ones. And potentially we will solve it for other cases as well, because here it seems that... Okay, the only problem is that a lot of them are all clumped up, and... But I think I can debug only one guy, right? I can debug like only this guy and see what happens. And see what happens. So let's try to get the ID of this guy, so that we can debug it. And then I need to keep a window open with the old game, right? I need to keep a window open with the old game. I will do it in the other screen only because when I have the console open, there may be stuff like people logging in, and so you may see their email and things like that. So I don't want that to happen. Okay, so I have the server open on the other window, right? So I will enable the debug on this guy, the same debug that I used. So debug NPC target 20. Okay. And by the way, this thing is sent to me. Oh, okay. I thought it was server side. It was client side on the... on the old game. Okay, interesting. I will set me as a player, and then I will try to attack this guy and see what happens. Okay. If I remember how to attack in the old game. Oh my. Yes. Holy shit. Okay. It basically killed me instantly. No. It seems that it did something quite different compared to what we have seen. Compared to what we have seen. The problem now is that it's scrolling forever. Assess stronger. Step 0 out of 3. Assess stronger, assess stronger. I don't know why it doesn't do the buff though. It's not very handy that it's here in the client actually, but fine. He's continuously doing assess stronger for a significant amount of time. He's continuously doing assess stronger. Wow. Think I will go on forever. Maybe 20 as a debug is too much. I wanted to catch the point where he moves from assess stronger to fight, but seems there is a lot of... okay, fight is here. But I don't see the buff. Apply new delta. Fight 3 out of 4. Fight 3 out of 4. He's all fight in this part. He's all fight. So it seems that he's switching between fight and assess stronger. It seems he's moving directly from fight to assess stronger without passing through buff. It's kind of strange. Yeah, but I have too much debug. I think I need to... In the new game it's a bit easier because it goes to the log file. You can just read it on the log file. I think here probably I can also log it on the log file, but... Yeah, it's switching to fight directly. Activating behavior fight. Now, activating behavior fight. I don't know if buff is a piece of fight or what. Because you see there is this preparation spell 1 value diamond skin, right? And there is the prepare that in theory should happen before, but I don't see it happening in I don't see this prepare. I don't see this prepare happening in the old game. So that is what is a bit confusing. It is what is a bit confusing. Fight, advance, delta, rotated, blah blah blah, remaining, behavior, fight, step, rotate. It is rotating towards me. It's very what it's doing. There's too much log. Too much log. Okay, so here the rotation is complete. Is attacking the target, replacing variable, landing 5-step melee operation, replacing starting. But here is starting directly with the melee operation, while in Unreal is starting with the prepare buff. Probably because I attacked him. I think the difference is that I attacked him, while in Unreal I. What was the name of that guy? It was 9023. Okay, this was the guy, yeah? So let me try to teleport me again to the same guy. 9023, 9023, 3348. Yes, now he casted the flaming weapon. Debug NPC. Let's try 15 instead of 20. Because it seems that 20 is really a lot. Yeah, but I need this log. I need this log somehow, because otherwise I need this log. I need this log. Let me see if I can find it. In theory, it should be saved. In theory, it should be saved. There is a chat. No, but the chat is not saving all of that. Because that is like extra... There is like extra stuff, you know? It's not... So it's super hard to know. Super hard to know. He's printing too much stuff, that's the problem. He's printing too much stuff. Wait a second. We need to find the right... we need to find the right level of debug, because at the moment the level of debug is really insane. It's really insane. It's really too much. So let me try 5 and see what he's saying. Still saying a lot. It's still saying a lot. So, but now you see that he doesn't really try to do anything to me. Right? At the moment he's in assessing, so he's trying to assess. Okay, I guess he did it. I guess so. Okay, let me check now what happened, because now he did 2 spells. Right? He did 2 spells. Still assessing like a boss. assess, buffer operation, target perception, assess fighter, god spell perception, the live guardian is casting a buff, god assess perception, prepare. You see that here we have, I mean, it's very different. It's very different. It's very different. Because like here we have a prepare behavior that is getting executed with 6 steps, right? So prepare seems to win over apart the fact that there is this assess fighter that is continuously executed and then seems to be completely useless, right? I don't know why it's continuously, I mean, it's executing like a million times. Like a million times. Well, it's actually not executing. No, sorry. Let me rephrase that. It's not that he's executing it. It's just that he's at the top of his list. It's not that he's executing it. It is probably doing nothing at this point. The problem is that it's continuously scrolling, so we never reach the end, boys. Assess player. Yeah, because in the new game, I mean, I've improved a bit this printout, and actually there are 4 different levels of debug, and they are all logged to the log file, so it's easier to see, it's easier to filter. In the old game, this kind of filtering was not very good, I have to say. And yeah. Consider is the NPC is thinking 5 times every second. So okay, so here is where we started, right? Here is where we started because I had my say. So here at the beginning is basically doing nothing. Is only having his behaviors, but is not doing anything. Okay, then at a certain point, I think I moved far away and then I moved close to him and he started to execute the preparation. That is the point where we want to see, right? We want to see when he started to prepare. At a certain point, yeah, I think here. Yes, I think it's here. So exactly. So here we receive. Okay, let's try to capture this so that we can, you know, we can keep track of what is going on in our. Okay, so this is PS Unreal, right? This is PS Unreal, and this is PS Legacy. Right? In theory, they have the same brain. So these 2 NPCs should do exactly the same thing. And this is our objective. So we want both of them to do the same, right? But they are not. They are doing very different things. I don't know why. So here we see a range perception. So the first thing that happens is a range perception, right? And he's correct, because it's the only way that the NPC knows that I'm close to him, right? So he's receiving a perception of player nearby. So he's triggering a reaction of player nearby, right? Reaction of player nearby. And he's adding me to his hate list. Right, so he's adding 0.0 to hate list, but that is not a problem. The value is not a problem, right? So he's actually adding me to his hate list, and that's good. So then we show the hate list here. So here there is the list, the hate list, and I am listed in his right. I'm listed in his hate list. Okay, then what happens after this? Got player Jerry Lester in range. That is interesting because he's probably trying to do. Okay, got player Jerry. So. So we got a player, Jerry Lester, in range of Lio, whatever. Right, so that is what happened. So he understands that he's in range. And then there is the important part. So he is advancing assess fighter. Advancing assess fighter. From 0 to 100. From 0 to 100, and he's also advancing prepare from 0 to 150, right? So that is what he's doing, and then he's activating the behavior so activating behavior prepare. This is what is a bit strange, because I think in Unreal it doesn't happen in this sequence. Activating behavior prepare. Activating behavior prepare. Now, in prepare, he should cast the first spell, right? So he's saying running prepare step 0. Running prepare step 0, which is actually the locate. So this one completes properly. He finds himself. This is not really a problem, because he needs to know that he needs to find himself to cast the spell. But so he completed the step 1. Running step 2, rotate, and then he's starting to rotate. Complete step 1, locate. Running prepare step 1, locate. He has to locate. Running prepare step 1. So there is another locate. So this one is complete. This one is completed with no problem. And this one also, oops. And this one also is completed. So we don't have a problem with step 0, step 1. Then he's starting step 2. Right? He's starting step 2, and step 2 is actually something different, because step 2 is the rotate operation. Okay, so he's trying to look at me. Right? He's trying to look at me. So here is basically waiting the rotation to finish. Completed step 2, rotate. Okay, then he completes the rotate. So it is completed. And then he's running step 3, which is the cast operation. Right? So up to now, everything is as expected. At least, but because in Legacy it actually works. So step 3 is the cast operation. So he's casting Diamond Skin on himself. And he completes cast operation, casting Diamond Skin. Running prepare step 3. Cast operation, cast Diamond Skin, right? Cast Diamond Skin. So basically this prepare is being executed fully without any interruption, right? Yeah, exactly. So I think that the difference is that in our Unreal we get... just a second, I need to... just 1 second. Doing secret stuff. Hello, Arite. Hi. Okay, I'm back. So the difference I see is that this is not getting interrupted in any way, right? While it looked like in PS Unreal, this behavior gets interrupted by an additional perception of me being close to him, right? Just kind of strange, but okay. So okay, let me continue. So at this point, he's running prepare step 5. Running prepare step 4 wait. Running prepare step 4, which is a wait operation, right? And this one also is getting completed. So I don't think we have any problem with step 4. And then there is a step 5, which is a copy locate. Step 5, which is a copy locate operation. And this one also gets completed. And so we end prepare. So basically prepare was executed without, just all in a row, you know, without any interruption. So that's basically what I see. Then after this is starting the assess fighter. So there is a terminating behavior prepare, right? Terminating behavior prepare, since it has looped all once. Since it has looped all once. And now here is starting the behavior assess fighter. Activating behavior assess fighter. So after preparing, is starting to assess the enemy. Is assessing the enemy. Okay. And basically immediately, yeah, it does step 1, step 2. So it's very linear. Here is very linear, while in the new game is not linear at all. I will show you what happens in PS Unreal, but it seems that it's very different. So we run assess fighter step 1, which is rotate, and then this gets completed. And then we run assess fighter step 2, that is called assess, and this one also is completed. And so here we basically completed everything. So we have this completion of assess fighter, right? We have this of assess fighter, and then after this, what happens? Yes, and now here it goes into the specific assess behavior, because he assessed that I am extremely weaker compared to him, and so his brain goes into this assess lame. And so he goes into the assess lane. Okay. And he probably doesn't even attack me. Unless I attack him, he's not going to attack me. I mean, it looks like he's not doing anything else. No, he's not doing anything else. He's not. Okay, so that's the end of our behavior, right? So this is what happens in PS Legacy. Now, in PS Unreal works very differently. Even if the script is exactly the same. Okay, let's try to rewind because I have the same... I did basically the same thing. Okay. So in PS Unreal, we get the range perception. Okay? We get the range perception. So let's say that the top part, you know, is the same. We get a range perception. We get a reaction player adjacent. Okay, because I was a bit closer. Okay. I was a bit closer. But you see, here is already different. Here is already different. Probably because I'm too close. And so if I'm close, is doing something different. Because actually here prepare is not even called, right? Okay, let's try to be at a distance, right? Not so close to the NPC in the new game, because I want to see if that is changing things, because maybe it is. Maybe in adjacent compared to... And this stuff is very hard to debug anyway, unfortunately, because there are a lot of cases, you know, and it's all real time, so... Ah, you don't see anything. Okay. Sorry. I forgot to change it. Sorry, I forgot. But basically, what I was doing, I was listing here all the steps, and now we are trying to list... so these are the steps that happen in Legacy, right? And I'm trying to understand if the same step happen in Unreal. But that already seems to be slightly different. Now, am I loading the same guy? I would like to load the same guy. Let me see if we are loading the same guy. Repopulate NPC. This guy is 9023 348. 9023 348. Let's load exactly the same guy. Okay, so there is no possibility of, you know, him having a different maybe stats, different weapons, different whatever. So we are loading in the same guy. Now I think I will go to him invisible so that he cannot see me. And then I will, by the way, I can use exactly the same character because it is a copy, you know, the database is a copy of production, so I can use exactly the same guy. And okay, it's this guy. This guy is... yeah, this guy is exactly the other guy. So I will go far away, right, like this, or even like this, or even like this. Then I will enable the debug on him. Then I will enable, so I will do debug NPC, PID 9023348, whatever, which is him, right? And we go like 15 or 10, I don't know, let's go 15. Let's go 15. So now now I'm setting myself as a player so that he can see me, right? He can see me. And then I start to go close to him. Maybe, I think this range would be probably enough. At the moment he's doing nothing. At the moment he's doing nothing. Okay, now I'm close enough. And you see that he actually casted the diamond skin. But the problem is that he continues to cast the diamond skin. So this is our issue, right? He doesn't move to the next phase. It does not move to the next phase. So that's the problem we have. Okay, so I think that's enough. So we will just stop here. Let me stop the debug because we don't need it anymore. And we take the server log, right? And we try to understand what the hell is going on. Okay. Okay, so we got our player sense. Yeah, you see that at a very long distance, he didn't react, right? So at the sense that, which I think is I don't know, 50 meters or so, he didn't react. When we became player nearby, which means that we are close enough, we get our player nearby reaction, right? So I would say that. So I would say that. So I would say that this is identical, right? So this reaction. So let me try to do it PS Unreal. So we get the range perception, we get the player nearby, and after the player nearby in the old game, we were adding Geril to the hate list, right? We were adding Geril to the hate list. Actually, here it does it similarly, but we add also 150 needed to the behavior prepare. But I think, yeah, it's already slightly different though, because it's already slightly maybe because the debug, you know, maybe the debug printout that I added were slightly different, right? So, but it's fine. I think we got myself into the hate list, which is similar to this. We print out the hate list and we are in his hate list because we say hate list for Lio, blah blah blah, entity name, right? All of this. So this is all correct. Oh my god, this server is trying to reload all the time. So we got that, which is similar to this, and then we have an advance into prepare. We get the advance into prepare, and we get an advance into fighter. The thing that I see though is that we are receiving the perception twice. You see, this reacting to perception player name nearby. We actually receive it twice in a very, 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 very short period of time. So we receive it, basically it's the same millisecond. It's 245 millisecond, 246 milliseconds. So we get it twice, which is kind of weird. But anyway, we get it twice. But then this part, which is advancing fighter, advancing prepare, it seems to be exactly identical to the one that we have here, right? It seems to be identical. So I would say up to now, all good. So we are advancing assess fighter to 100 and prepare to 150, right? So now we are expecting the activation of prepare. Exactly, activating behavior prepare. So prepare has a higher need because, as you can see, prepare is 150, and so we are activating prepare, right? Now what happens? Now in the old game, all of this is executed pretty much in a straight line, right? In a straight line. While in the new game, running prepare step 0, completed step 0. Running prepare step 1, completed step 1. Running prepare step 2, completed step 2. Running prepare step 3, casting diamond skin. Okay, it seems to be very, 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 very similar because all of this. Well, we have a prepare step 0. Wait, we have a prepare step 0. Yeah, but it's the same. Prepare step 0 complete, 1 complete, 2 complete, 3 casting diamond skin. So yeah, it's identical. It's absolutely identical. So this part is identical. So we arrive to the point where we are casting diamond skin spell, right? And we complete it as well. Okay. We complete it as well. I didn't see it completed last time, but okay. So that is completed, and I guess that is completed here as well. After that, what happens? After that, we go to the wait operation. The wait operation is waiting 2 seconds before doing something else, right? It's waiting 2 seconds. So this will wait 2 seconds because it's basically waiting the completion of the casting. Active EU prepare. So here we are waiting. So nothing is happening. 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 24. 24. We should arrive to 25. Nothing is happening. 25. Okay. And here, when the 2 seconds are finished, and so the casting of the spell is completed, we actually get our completed step 4. So this completed, we get it as well without any problem. So up to here is identical to the old game. Then now there is this copy locate. There is also getting completed, right? So identical. Let me see if we get the same message of terminating behavior prepare. Yes, we have the same terminating behavior prepare. So the prepare doesn't seem to be the problem because the prepare is executed identically to the old game. Is really the same. Now, after this, what happens? We activate the assess fighter, right? So he's trying to understand if you are stronger than him or weaker than him. And this happens also in the old game, right? And there is an assess fighter, step 0 locate, so step 0 is completed, rotate is completed, assess is completed as extremely weaker. Okay. Fantastic. So in theory, this is absolutely identical. Yes, terminating assess fighter since as loop. Yeah, exactly. This is absolutely identical. So what happens after this? Because so we start the assess lame, I guess. Yes, we activate assess lame. It is the lowest ranking, so he knows that we are very, very weak compared to him. And now he's starting to do a bunch of stuff. So he's doing the set buffer, and he actually completes it. He's doing another set buffer, and he actually completes it properly. But then something happens, you know, because we have seen him casting the spell over and over and over. So something happens after this, for sure. Then there is a step number 2. We didn't go that far in the old game, but and so it is completed as well. And it is completed as well. And it is completed as well. So let me just check 1 second in the old game, because in the old game it seems to me that the assess lame was not executed. No? Maybe it was. We got some perception in range, but consider we have a slightly different log between the old game and the new game, but it's very, very similar. Advancing, no, yes, he's doing advancing assess lame. Yeah, he's doing it. Activating behavior assess lame, so he's doing the same. He's running set buffer, talk operation, and then is completing assess lame. Okay. So also in the old game, he's doing this, and then he's doing this. So it's absolutely identical. Well, it should be, because I mean it's the same code, but well, it's not the same code, but say the code is very, 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 very similar. So let's say that up to here we are in the same situation. So we did prepare, we did assess fighter, and we did assess lane, right? Now for some time, right? For some time, there is no active or applicable behavior. So it means that our NPC is not stimulated with any perception. So his brain is like doing nothing for some time. Hello, Electra. Trying to make the NPCs smarter? Well, I'm trying to make them at least functional, because at the moment they are looping. Hello, Rentaxor. Are you from Italy? Would make you think that I'm from Italy. Yes, I am. I am from Italy. Mamma mia! Okay, so this happens, right? Now, in our example, the gladiator just stopped, right? The gladiator just stopped in the old game doing stuff, while in Unreal it continues to do stuff. So what happens in Unreal is that it gets again a range perception, because we are still in range, and I think it makes sense, but we are still in range. And so yes, this is the difference, because is adding again the 150 behavior to prepare, right? Is adding again the behavior to prepare. So is restarting the preparation. which is very strange. I mean, it's very strange that in the old game it doesn't do it. Yeah. So... Yeah. So what is happening actually is that we get a new range perception. The difference is that while in the old game a new range perception is not triggering a restart of the prepare, here actually it is. Yeah, here is restarting everything. So the question is why the hell? I mean, it cannot add me anymore to the hate list. No, it's still adding me. It's adding me again to the hate list. Even if I'm already there, but it's adding me again. May this be the problem, right? Because after this, everything restarts. Everything restarts after this. So I guess the question is why in the old game? Why in the old game this guy, even if probably is receiving the perception, well, I don't know if he's receiving the perception. There may be the difference though. I think I understand what is happening. The difference is that while the perception here is triggered once in the old game when you cross the proxy list, and so it's starting to cast. Basically what is happening in Unreal is that it's like if I'm doing back and forth continuously. You see? So if I'm doing this, it will basically act the same as Unreal, right? Okay, so I think we know the problem now. I think we know the problem. You look Italian. It's my look, eh? So, okay. Okay. So if I stay at range, that will not happen, I assume. If I go away, we cast it only once, you see? It's casting it only once. Why? Because I'm not in range anymore. If I go in again, I don't know what happened to the light. I think it's getting confused by something. The rotation, we need to fix it. It's kind of weird. I don't know why it's continuously rotating. Bro, I'm here. Yeah, we have a problem with rotation as well. I think we have a problem with the rotation. We should fix it. Because you see that now, for whatever reason, it's continuously rotating. reacting to player nearby. Why is doing this? Why? It's kind of weird. Why is doing that? He's trying to rotate, continue. There's another problem we need to solve, but for whatever reason, is rotating continuously. Like it doesn't finish. Let me understand what he's trying to do. Assess lame. Running assess fighter, assess operation, queuing assessment operation. I think the problem is pretty much the same in the sense that he's getting multiple times, right? He's getting multiple times the same perception of the fact that we are close to him. And so he's restarting the whole thing. Now the rotation is weird though, because it should not rotate to located destination 33 degrees. Target rotation 33.5. Rotate to angle 33.49. Rotating 3350 from 0 to 3350 at 90 degrees per second. What? In 1287 seconds. GG. Rotating from 0. Our problem is that it seems that he's not taking the current rotation, he's taking the target rotation. No, I mean, why is it starting from 0 all the time? That is a bit weird. That is a bit weird. But at least now we know the problem, huh? We know the problem. Rotate to rotating. Rotate to rotating. Hey, why start from 0? Rotating angle delta from rotating angle delta from rotation. So this rotation is in theory the current rotation, huh? What the hell? Rotation, rotation, rotation. Get position, rotation. Get position, Y rotation, and get actual rotation, Joe. Get actual rotation, Joe. If rotation is less than 0, rotation plus 350, 360. How is possible this rotation comes out always at 0? That's very weird. So it means that our rotation is not... We have a problem. We have a problem with the rotation, as you can see. The guy's like going crazy. The guy's going crazy. Angle 33.5. I'm trying to understand what is his real rotation, right? Because I don't fully understand it. It seems that his rotation is always 33.5, but at the same time he's restarting from 0. So like if, yeah, you see rotation 33.5, whatever I do is always saying 33.5, so it's not that is 33.5. So do you think it's 33.5 only on the client or only on the server or whatever? So like the server has this NPC as a different rotation. Yeah, we are rotating client only or something stupid like that. Because it is what it looks like, huh? That is what it looks like. Because this gap position is running server side, right? And he's trying to extrapolate the rotation of the character. And the rotation of the character is just this. It's just get actor rotation jaw, right? So it must be the right rotation. I think for some reason we are not executing the rotation for real. Let me see. Rotate to located rotation. What? Rotate to located destination. Okay, we are here. We are inside of this. NPC get active locate. Active locate angle. Rotate located destination of the target rotation. Yeah, exactly. Target rotation 3350. Okay. So we are going through this. And then here we are basically exiting from this. And then we use rotate 2. And then we use rotate 2 and we print out this thing. Where the rotation is the one that we read above. And then we have an okay. So this piece is fine. Then in the advance, what do we do in the advance? In the advance, we get the position again. We check the time passing. Was setting the final angle. Interesting. Was setting the final angle. Do we still need it? Cat position. Rotate to. Issue another rotation. Set actor rotation. Rotate to angle. Bro, rotate to angle 33. Rotate to angle 33. I don't understand why. Set actor location. Rotation. Carry rotation, desired rotation, set actor rotation. Hey bro, this one is doing it, huh? This one is doing it 100%. So, or this is wrong, you know, because the current rotation is probably 0 or whatever. I think this is probably wrong. Because it seems that we are not setting the... I don't know. In theory we are, but in reality we are not. What the fuck? This desired rotation is anyway the angle, so what we do is that we set the pitch and roll equal to the previous, and we only use the jaw, you know, to rotate. So I don't understand why it's wrong. Is this interp 2 that is fucked up? That is setting a rotation that... Can I print out this guy to string or something? Yes, I can. That is kind of weird. I think there is a bug in rotate, by the way. Something is happening in rotate that is not. Which, by the way, that... Yeah. Okay, anyway. Does the enemy port to other places and back again? I don't think so. I think that live don't do that. Gladiators do that, at least on the left. One seems to jump cursor. I think the rotate issue, I just want to solve it because it looks stupid, right? It seems that we are not properly setting the angle or something, so it's continuously restarting from 0, which is a bit strange. But the problem with the continuous casting, I think I understood it. I mean, the problem with the continuous casting is that that character in theory is it should be waiting instead of waiting, is getting a new perception. In the old game, we were not getting a new perception. So we need to understand how to manage multiple perceptions, right, of an existing behavior, because that's the problem. So I have an existing behavior. Doesn't care about me. Because it doesn't see me. Because it doesn't see me. We said set rotation. Yes, set rotation is 0. Start angle 0. What the fuck? Set rotation 0. Wow, what is this shit? Set rotation 0. Start angle 118. Start angle 118. Set rotation 111. Set rotation 0. Rotating minus 111 degree from 111 to 0 in 51 seconds. What is this thing is completely broken, boys. This thing is completely broken. Set start angle 79. But it doesn't look like he's always using the same 2 steps, so it's like if he's not recording the movement in any way. What the hell is going on here? Set rotation 000. So someone is telling him to go back to 0. Rotate to located destination of 0 degree. Oh my god, because the 0 is the delta instead of the destination. Ah, that's very possible. That's very possible. But then how it goes back? Ah, yes, because it goes back to 0. Wait a second. Hello, Fanner. Hi. Missed my stream, huh? Yes, you can watch it again. Again and again. There was one guy that joined the stream, I mean, it was like last year, and said, oh, but do you have all the video recorded? I said, yes, I have them all recorded on YouTube. And he said, okay, I'm going to watch them all from the first one to the last one. I said, oh my god, do you understand how much time is that? And he said, no, 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 I will watch them all. Okay, I think what is, I'm not 100% sure, but I think what is happening is that we are confusing the target with the delta. So that I think we are confusing the target with the delta, meaning that this angle, you know, is I don't know, 70, whatever it is now. Probably 79. Probably 79. So it is probably 79 degrees. And he wants to rotate. He starts to rotate. He reaches this. And he's trying to do it in steps, right? He's trying to do it in steps. If it doesn't look like. But anyway. He's trying to do it in steps. When he reaches this angle, he's saying, oh, the delta is 0. Because he finished, right? Say, oh, the delta is 0. In reality, he's passing this value to the target and he's restarting from 0 angle, right? So one thing is the delta of 0 and one thing is the current angle of 0. I think we are messing up. I think we are messing up that because there is no other explanation. That's the only possible explanation. That we are passing the delta instead of passing the target. Because in theory this is setting delta time. I don't know what is delta time. Probably is the time needed to do the rotation. I mean, this part seems to be okay to me, right? The fact that we are trying to rotate... this part seems to be fine to me. He's doing an interpolated rotator from current to target, scaled by distance to target, so he has a strong start piece and he's out. So this should return anyway a reasonable valid angle. I think that when we are coming in, so when we call rotate 2, I think when we call rotate 2, you know, when we have this target angle, sometimes we have this target angle as 0. Rotating. Exactly. 2. Rotating. From 0 to 79. Rotating from 0. Ah, you see? Rotating from minus 79 to 0. You see, that is the fuck up. That is the fuck up. Because now we are trying to rotate to 0. Which doesn't make any sense. Rotating minus 79 from 79 to 0. Are you crazy? Are you completely crazy? So we fuck up clamp degrees. Normalize within. If it's less than 0, we go to plus 360. If it's greater than 360, we go to minus 360. This actually kind of makes sense. So this should not be the problem, I think, but we can check it. We can check if this is the issue. Destination rotation. Rotation located to destination. Destination target angle. Is this destination also fucked up? Ah, yes, it's already fucked up. So when we arrive here, we already have a destination of 0 degrees. That is wrong. So it's already wrong. It's already wrong here. Is already wrong. Rotate to located destination. Yeah, it's already wrong here. Target location, find, look at, rotation, position and destination, target angle, find, look at, rotation. It's impossible. How can this be 0? How can this be 0, considering that I'm not... Let me understand what angle is this angle. This angle is like 82, so this look at rotation cannot be 0. Find look at rotation. Is this returning the delta or is returning the... No, for sure is returning the rotation, I hope. No? Find a rotation for an object that start location to point at target location. Okay, thank you. Doesn't explain shit. Is the absolute rotation or is the relative rotation? That is what I don't understand. It seems to be, unfortunately, the relative rotation. Because if it's the relative rotation, then it's GG. No, but I don't think it's the relative. I think it's the absolute. I mean, it would make no sense to be the relative, but it looks like it's a relative because...
So I'm gonna hit play, and we can see above my enemy's head it says enemy health face me. Text, if we can node need target gonna be or you put it in. So that out where start my set world rotation. I care about X and end result location to here where the player's location is. That's why if we look at it, it's kind of slightly angled down. And so that is something to keep in mind. It's not going to automatically take into account if you want things X or Y or Z or things like that. Where obviously it's facing the player, not is the you want the rotation and rotation.
I mean, this fine look at rotation should always be, in our case, should always be 82, right? But for some reason, sometimes it's 0. Should always be 82. I don't understand how how this may be fucked up. But it is, because rotate to locate destination in our log, rotate to locate destination, it returns 0 degrees, right? 0 degrees. Why? So it's not the right function. You see that it looks like the delta because he's returning 79, which is my 82, right? He returns 79 and then he returns 0. So it seems that look at rotation is not the angle, is not the absolute angle, is the relative angle. Is the relative angle. Oh my god. Is it really the relative angle? That is so stupid. I don't know why the documentation is always so bad. I don't know why the documentation is always so freaking bad. Okay, I need to test it in a separate project. There is no other way. There is no other way. Whatever. Mouse click? No. I never have a clean. I never have a clean third person. I always have like 1.5 million projects, but never one that is clean. Obviously, this one cannot be run. Obviously. Hello, Marcelo. Hello, Electra. So many questions you have, and you did design it all. Well, somehow. Not really, but... I mean, there is a lot of Unreal Engine stuff now, so... What is this? Nice. Okay, let me put an item, whatever in the world. Let me put an item. Let me put an actor. Let me put another one of me. Can I put another one of me? Okay. Fantastic. So we will try to see the look at rotation between these two guys, right? So when I press... Are we using what? I'm trying to understand why. R create subtitle. Okay, we will go G. We will go G. And we will say look at rotation. Get look at, find look at rotation between wait, start, no wait a sec. Find look at rotation. These are two vectors, right? Yeah, fine. So it is get actor location. Get actor location. And so between me and the other guy, right? The other guy, we will identify maybe with a tag so that we can find him easy. We'll have a tag that is called target. And we will find find all actors. Find actors. What? Actors with tag. Get all actors of class with tag. Yes. Okay. And the tag will be target. And we get the first one. And we get the actor location. Okay, and we print the and we print the resulting angle. Yeah, but probably is relative anyway. I think it's relative. It's not the absolute angle. I think it's the relative angle. There is no other another explanation, I would say. Okay, so when I press G, I see -9 because it's printing. Yeah, we are all interested in the Joe. We are not interested in anything else. We are interested in Z, in the Joe. So if I press G, I see -78, right? -78. So if I go here and I say G is -13. Yeah, exactly. So it's relative. Okay. So that's the fuck up. Because, so it means that when I'm rotated properly, right, there will be a moment where I'm rotated -35. No, wait a second. -37. -37. What do you mean -37? -37 is the look at rotation between me and him. -37. What is my current rotation? Wait. So my rotation, and then target rotation, huh? So my rotation is this. My rotation is this. Assuming that Z, because this thing is a bit weird, but anyway. Rotators are a bit weird. We find out already. My rotation is 227. My rotation is 227. My rotation is 227. My rotation is 227. Okay. Yeah, I told you that the rotators are a bit weird. They have on the Y the jaw, I think. My rotation is 334. My rotation is 335. My rotation is 334. What the fuck is going on? You crazy? Ah! Fuck. I have to print... Ah, no, it's correct. I have to print the rotation, not the location. The rotation, boys. You follow or not? Do you follow or not? Okay, rotation is 0. I start at 0. So this should be pretty much 90, right? Okay, 83. And it is 180, right? 180, okay. And it is minus 96. Okay, perfect. So now what he's saying is that the target rotation between me and him is 6. So if I go here, in theory, the target rotation should be 0, no? In fact, it's 5. If I go here, the target rotation should be, I don't know what it would be, minus 90. Minus 90, okay. And if I go here, it will be 180. Minus 180, yes. Minus 180. We are getting somewhere? I hope so. So no, it's not. So it's relative. I mean, it's not relative. It's absolute. You see, this target rotation is absolute because I get 91. So it should never be. It should never be 0, right? It's impossible that it's 0. Okay, so we demonstrated that find at location is correct. I mean, it makes sense. So if I do find look rotation between my, unless I messed up and I have the position equal to the destination, but this should never be 0. Should never be 0 unless I am positioned here, which is the 0 location. Right? If I'm positioned here, then I'm fine that it's 0. But if I'm positioned here, it cannot be 0. Why doesn't it rotate anymore? He decided to fix himself or what? Hello, bro. Why you're not crazy anymore? Why you are not crazy anymore? See, now it's crazy again. No, because I have to be at a certain distance. Because I have to be at a certain distance. What the fuck? Is he defaulting back to his original position for some reason? I don't understand what is going on. I don't understand what is going on. But the only thing that I know is that find lookup rotation. The only thing I know is that this located destination should never be 0. But sometimes it is. Set rotation 0. Set rotation 0. Where the hell that is coming from? But set rotation 0 is this. Is this find look at 100%. This find look at is coming out at 0. Is coming out at 0. So like if my position and his position are, I think the only way is to debug it, boys. There is no other way. There is no other way. Let's Let's launch it in debug mode because I'm super confused of what is going on here. I'm super confused of what is going on. So there is a moment where this is 0. I can put a condition breakpoint, right, and say that I want target angle to be 0. So it is a conditional breakpoint. Or we mess up the destination and the position because there is no possibility. If position and destination are the same, probably this angle will be 0. So maybe this get active locate is messing up with the, I don't know, is returning himself, is returning the same character maybe. But anyway, in the old game it works. So if it doesn't work in the new game, it means that one of the Unreal Engine functions is returning something that in the old game was returning differently, right? So we are not doing the same calculation, because if we're doing the same calculation, it would work identically. Luckily, I load the game with only one NPC. Otherwise, that function would be called with like a million. I need to understand when that variable goes to 0. When that variable goes to 0. So I will just make me visible to him. And now, okay, the skills we don't care. This we don't care. And now there should be a time. Here it is. Here it is. Target angle is 0. Okay. Why? Position. Yeah, because position and destination are the same. Because position and destination are the same. Because position and destination are the same. When he's casting the spell on himself? Destination. 173. 173. 183. It could be, it could be. But anyway, if destination and position are the same, we should not rotate. We should consider rotation completed. We should just exit and say is the same. I think so. Because this is really... Because this is my position. And And it's strange that he has the destination as... Get active locate. Active locate. Active locate is what? The current active locate. Yeah, but it's very possible. It's very possible that the... But is anyway wrong in the sense that it should not... Yeah, I think he's preparing the spell on himself, you know? He's preparing the spell on himself, so he's trying to launch the spell. And is targeting himself for the spell. And... Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think we should just simply say that if destination... If destination and position are the same, we just return completion. There is no need for anything else. Because this is what it was triggering him to go. Yeah, absolutely. I think this will fix at least the rotation. Which is not why we came here, but anyway. It was looking so weird that I wanted to fix it. Because of ChatGPT, I've been practicing my Python programming. Nice. What do you mean because of ChatGPT? Because he told you to do it? You said, what should I do with my life? And he answered, become a Python programmer. And so you decided to become one, huh? Listening to AI, not listening to your parents? I see. Well, it's a way. It's a way. I don't know if it's the best way, but anyway, it's a way. It will take time to have our NPC actually look natural, but they will look natural in the future, okay? So here we are basically moving the old system to the new game, but I will probably rework, you know, the old system. For example, one thing that the new game has that the old game didn't is that this NPC actually has a cone of view. So this NPC in Unreal can see only, you know, in a cone of view in front of him, right? The old game didn't have that. So I can walk behind him as much as I want, and he will never catch me. So he doesn't see me. Now, the sound of my feet is something that I didn't implement yet, but the cone of vision, yes. So as soon as I enter in his cone of vision, he will actually, you see, he will actually start to act, right? Which is interesting, which is what we wanted. Okay, now the rotation should not be stupid anymore. In fact, it seems it's not. I think the rotation now is not broken anymore. So when he's locating me, he's looking at me. When I am out of range, like I'm far away, he's not interested anymore in me. And so he's just ignoring me, you see? He's just ignoring me. I mean, he's just looking in his direction. So it seems that when you are behind the rock, does it see you? I don't know. We can try. I have no idea. What is the name of this guy? Why I cannot teleport target me? Fuck. 90, 23, 348. Okay. No, it doesn't see me. He doesn't see me, so his yeah, his sight. Or maybe it does. No, it doesn't. You see that he's not rotating? There he saw me. He saw me when I came here. Yeah, he sees me when I get out of that. Or he sees me if I stand up. You see? If I stand up, he sees me. So you can play hide and seek. Yeah, I mean it's something that I need to really expand at the moment, you know. But yes, they have a visual perception. They have a cone in front of them, right? They have a cone in front of them. So in theory, if you jump behind them somehow, he will not see you anymore, which is a bit stupid at the moment, but now he doesn't see me anymore. So he's not... But if I did damage to him, you know, and he has me in his aggro list, in his hate list, he will seek me anyway. Even if he doesn't see me. So yeah, I will have to expand a bit that. But at the moment, the problem we have is that... So at least the rotation is fixed, but The problem we have is that as soon as we enter in his cone of view, which is probably here, I think it's 180 degrees, but as soon as we enter, or maybe a bit less, yeah, like this. As soon as we enter in his cone of view, he's starting to cast the spell, and he's continuously casting the spell. Now, for example, he stopped. I don't know why. But the problem is, how do we manage the multiple perceptions? How do we manage the multiple perceptions? Because this is what is happening, right? So if I try to attack him now, right? I can attack him. I will show you the problem. Now I know the problem. Now I know the problem. I don't know how to solve it though. I don't know how to solve it yet. I probably have zero skill in sword, but anyway, whatever. It's a bit weird it doesn't attack me though. It's a bit weird that it doesn't attack me. I mean, it kind of follows me, but... Hello, bro. I think the problem is the same about the I think the problem is the perception. If I go out of his view, wait a second, if I go out of his view, well, it's not possible. Motherfucker. Cannot go out of his view. I want to get out of your view. Follows me. Okay, at least he follows me, which is good, but the problem is that his brain gets stopped continuously by... You know what we can do? You know what we can do? We can, if I am already in his hate list and I am receiving a new perception, we ignore it. Right? Okay, because I don't know if you got the problem, but the problem is this. The problem, the reason is working differently from Legacy to Unreal is that in Legacy, bro, can you stay a bit far away from me? Can we fight from this distance or no? I want a duel. Stand there. Don't move. Fuck, he's moving anyway. Okay, anyway, the point is that obviously he has a range in which he's reacting, right? A range around him, okay? A range around him is reacting. So if I cross this line, okay. But he also has a visible thingy, visible cone, right? And the visible cone, I don't know how to design a visible cone, it's impossible. Okay. Anyway, he has a visible cone, right? And this visible cone, yeah, something like that. And the visible cone is basically triggering his brain to say, hey, there is a guy next to me. I mean, hey, I see a guy, right? Hey, I see a guy. So the problem is that in the old game, when you were crossing a certain range, the guy was getting, hey, I see a guy. While, and that was it, right? So like you were not getting that event anymore, right? You are not getting that event anymore. Now in the new game, he's continuously seeing me, right? He continuously sees me, and he's getting continuous events in his brain of the fact that I am visible. And this is why he's continuously casting the same thing. Now I'm thinking, hey, if he's already in the hate list, you know what is the problem? The problem is that, no, I think it's a good solution, actually. I think it's a good solution. I think it's a good solution. I think it is a good solution. I think it is a good solution. Nah, the problem is that if I have a nearby... Huh. The problem is that we have different ranges, right? We have different ranges, meaning that... Meaning that if this is the NPC, right? The NPC has a number of ranges around him. So there is like the adjacent range, which is like this, very, very close to him. There is the nearby, there is like this, and there is the sensed, there is, I don't know, like this, okay? So we can trigger different stuff at different distances, right? We can. And the problem is that if you are a player and you are outside of this range, nothing happens. If you cross this range, the behavior in his brain for this range will trigger. If you cross this range, the behavior in his brain for this range will trigger, and so on, right? So now the problem is, if I say, hey, ignore the player sensed, if you already have it in your hate list, right? Then the problem will be that if I cross between this and this, and here I'm already in his hate list, this will be not considered by the game, right? And it's a problem because maybe it's two different behaviors. So the solution of ignoring the player sensed if he's already in your hate list, I don't think is a great idea, because he's breaking this case. He's breaking this case, and this guy exactly has that behavior. When we are far away, it does nothing. When we are close, it does something. So in theory, I should say ignore if you already got that range perception. But it is really not something that we can do that easily, because at the moment we are not storing the range perception. I mean, we are just triggering the range perception. It's not stored in the brain, right? So the brain doesn't know at the moment. The brain is receiving a stimuli, right? Is stimulated on the player is adjacent, right? Stimulated on that. He's stimulated on that, so it's a logical problem. It's not a programming problem. I mean, it's kind of a logical. Well, it's also a programming problem, but first we need to decide, because it is exactly the issue. So I can say, hey, you see me, I'm already in your hate list, so you're already trying to fight me. Ignore any subsequent perceptions. Or I can say, because the problem is that the subsequent perception is restarting the brain reasoning. And so I say, oh, I see a player, I have to prepare. Oh, I see a player, I have to prepare. Oh, I see a player, I have to prepare. And so it's never fighting. He's never fighting for that reason. While in the old game, it was just, oh, I see a player. And then he was not triggered again, and so he was fighting. Right? He was fighting. He was triggered only when he was crossing. So probably the problem we have is that instead of fixing the brain of the NPC, I should fix the crossing. I should fix the crossing. But if okay, let's assume for 1 second that I fix the crossing, meaning that I can trigger it only once. Yeah, if I can trigger it only once. But then we have the problem, like if he's going behind a rock, he's not seeing him again, and we want to trigger it again after he's behind the rock. There is a problem, boys. There is a problem. There is a design problem. There is a design problem. Because if I do the trick that I wanted to do, so if you are already in my hate list, I don't trigger the other perception. Right? what will happen is that if you hide behind a rock for some time and then you appear again, even if you are in aggro, I'm not that sure though. I'm not that sure. We can try, eh? We can try and see what happens. We can try and see what happens. I think it's at least better than now, but I think it's not the best solution. So basically what we are saying that in the perception, this one, in the range perception, handle perception player in range. I think I can still trigger it, but so he can still see you, but his brain should not wait a second. Wait a certain amount of time before triggering the same perception again. What is this? Wait a second. You waiting? Maybe there was already a solution. Maybe that's why it was not triggering multiple times. Okay, let's check the old code 1 second. Let's check the old code. And let's find... And let's find that... oh, come on. Wait a certain amount of time. Bro, it's impossible, doesn't exist. Come on. This is not something that I did new. Okay. The old code was here, huh? Was range perception, disperception. Case, very short range. Trigger event. NPC trigger event, faction perception. So in the new code, this is here. And is faction perception trigger event. Now my fear is that this call and this call are actually Um, because this is firing the perception already. Yeah. This trigger is triggering. This trigger is triggering. There is no way. So how is this? How is this part of the code actually preventing it to trigger again? I don't understand. Wait a certain amount of time before. Now, blah blah blah. Timeout, blah blah blah. If timeout is less than now. Then send the percent. Hey, but wait, I'm triggering it here though. That is what I don't understand. Set side perception next time. I think it is something that I try to. I think it is something that I try to add myself, huh? Because it looks like this is something that I try to add in Unreal myself. Because I don't find in the code, in the old code, any reference to this. Basically, this wait a certain amount of time. It looks like it's something that I added myself only in Unreal. There was no part of the old game. Oh, this odd something is tagged out. It doesn't work. What? Or something maybe? Yeah, or something is tagged out. So this react to player approach, right? Q enemy perception, react to player approach. React to player approach. He's only here. He's only here. So react player approach. He was in Q enemy perception. He was only here, eh? He was only in Q enemy perception. And Q enemy perception. And Q enemy perception was inside the proximity list. New range. Update publish destination range. Check if there is a crossing of a perception range border. We were doing also the crossing, We were also considering the crossing of the range. We were doing the crossing of the range. We're doing the crossing, boys. We're doing the crossing. Actually, here we don't do the crossing. Here we don't do the crossing. But here we were doing the crossing. New range, PD minimum distance, publish destination minimum distance. If new range is less than personal range perception and new PD minimum distance is greater than personal range perception. So this because this was the previous publishing message. It works differently in the new game, so I don't have a place. I'm thinking, but I don't think I have a place where I can do the same check, basically to replicate this code to know if our guy is crossing, right? If our guy is crossing the threshold of a certain range. Which is basically what I'm trying to understand, right? If we are crossing this line, So we have different possibilities. We can... I don't understand what this is doing, by the way. I have no idea what this is doing. I think it's doing nothing. What is this doing? Are we in debug mode or no? No, we are not. Because this is doing... now get time in seconds. Get sight perception next time. Player detect timer. Find ref. Player controller get unique ID. Okay. So I'm saving this, huh? Keeps track of the time associated to each player when the next perception can trigger. Was called Dest Range Timer in old code. So there was something. There was something in the old code about that. Dest Range Timer. It's this thing. Q enemy perception. Hello. Hello, Bruce Malt. Hey, thank you for the follow and welcome. If you have any questions on what I'm doing, please ask. At the moment I'm trying to have this NPC actually react a bit better to my everything, basically to combat and everything, but it seems it doesn't want to. is night, but so I'm trying to have this NPC actually properly attack me and properly react to my presence, and is somehow reacting, but it's not really doing what we want. It's not really doing what we want. And the reason is that it's continuously getting you see, it's continuously getting perception of seeing me, right? It continuously is obsessed by me, basically. so I need to slow down the perception somehow, or and in the old code actually we had something like this, because there was this death range timer which was adding this range plus 50 and trying to delay. You see, anyone that is watching each other should get a perception once in a while. So that is basically the thing. Now I'm not complete, because this one is, because I have two parts of the code. I have one part of the code which is the I have one part of the code that is the NPC brain trigger event. That is basically triggering in the brain of the NPC the fact that he saw me. And then we have another part of the code that I don't fully know if it's good that it's separate. That is actually triggering an enemy perception, right? But I think that we are already reacting to this. So I'm trying to understand in the old code if this perception, so the perception in range, right, is this Q enemy exactly, was this Q enemy perception, and this Q enemy perception was doing react to player approach. This Q enemy perception. But then my question is, who was doing the trigger? Who was doing the trigger of the faction thing? That is what I don't know. Who was doing this faction perception trigger? That is what I'm missing at the moment. Because this one is here, right? Is NPC command message. There is a message through the network that was going to NPC client. Personally, I think that both of them, this one and this one, need to be triggered based on this timer. But I don't understand what the timer is. So let's find out 1 second what the timer is, and then we will see. Because let's launch the server in debug mode and the client in normal mode, and see if that trigger, if this trigger is... I want to understand better this time, right? This get side perception time event. Because I don't understand how much... Set side perception next time. Default value is 1 minute now. Default value is 1 minute. Default value is 1 minute. In the old game was pretty much the same. It was 50 seconds, I guess. But is this really happening or not? Get PS control unique plus now get a player word in second. Yeah, in theory yes, because it is adding. Yeah. So the first time probably is triggering, the second time is... Yeah, the point is that we trigger this. I think I need to move this inside of this. I think I need to move these two lines inside of this check, so that it's triggering only sometimes. I think so. Maybe. We have to do changes with some care, okay? Because obviously that code is determining how our NPC are actually thinking. So if we break something, we break it everywhere, you know? So okay, let me see if the first time we go through everything. Probably yes. So this timeout, what is this timeout? This timeout is 0. Timeout, okay, so we execute this without any problem. The second time, we have a timeout of 118, so we don't execute it, and so on. Yes, you see that we are getting perceptions continuously, right? Now, the fact that we get perception continuously, I don't know if it's a really good thing, but we are. We are getting perceptions. We are getting 1 million perceptions, right? So, yeah, I think I need to move this. I think I need to move this inside of this. $118. Why was 118? Timeout 118. And now is 93. Yeah, because it's 1 minute. Okay. So it's in game time. Okay, let's try. Let's try to move these 3 lines actually. So everything now is timed out, so that guy will not get the now I think this thing is exploitable though. I think this thing is exploitable. Like if you wait, I don't know. But anyway, if it's better than what we have now. The only thing I don't know is if he has me in his hate list and he doesn't see me anymore, he's still seeking me. Yeah, I think he's still seeking me, yes. No, but I think he has a chance to fix the problem. He has a chance to fix the problem actually. So now our guy will not be distracted anymore in theory, by the additional perceptions that he's getting by seeing me, right? Because before, every time he was seeing me, he was restarting a behavior of the basic perceptions. Now we are doing it only once, and then we are keeping the guy in the now. Yeah, now the problem is crossing the... I think that now we have the problem of crossing the threshold, because this, if you are if you get sensed here and then you wait a bit and then you cross, you will not get the perception again, right? Because yeah, that's the issue. I think that's the issue. So we need to be able to detect the crossing of the range. I think there is no way. So I need to store. Okay, let's do it in a way that we see. I mean, I will stay close to him like this. And what? We didn't send it even once. Why not? What? He didn't do anything. He didn't do anything. Why? Because I'm not close enough. Why doesn't it attack me though? You see that now he's not spamming anymore? Now he's not spamming anymore, but the problem is that after he's saying no active behavior. He's saying no active behavior. Assess lame. Why after assess lame is not attacking me? I Why after assess lame? Because I'm too weak. Doesn't want to kill me. Does this guy kill? This is the old game. Does this guy kill me or not? No, it doesn't. So it's the same in the old game, eh? It doesn't kill me. It doesn't attack me. Because I'm too stupid, I mean I'm too weak. It doesn't want to kill a poor guy like me. I don't know. You attacked first. Yeah, maybe I attacked. I think it depends if they see you as a threat or not. What is the number of this guy? We don't have... ah yes, I have it here. What? Ah! I cannot... I cannot copy paste in the old game. 902 3348. 902 3348. I was like, why is not pasting? Yeah, it's not pasting because you cannot paste in the old game. He doesn't care though. He doesn't attack me anyway. I mean, these guys are not attacking first. These guys are not attacking first. They are not. They are not attacking first. I guess if I attack, then he will attack me. Holy shit. Kill me so bad. They don't attack. Okay. There are some debug thingies. I'm dead, bro. I'm dead. You should not You know, cast more spells. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. Okay, so like this, it seems to work a bit better. But the problem, I think we have a significant problem though. And the significant problem is that if we do it this way, and I enter in the range, wait, and I enter, uh-oh, how do we say that? No idea. Yeah, teleport is a bit weird because it doesn't have a loading. It doesn't have a load. So the point is, if I am far away but still, if I am far away but still in his visible range, right, like here, he will get the perception the first time, right? So basically he will enter here once. He will enter here once. Actually, he already sees me somehow. $611 $606. I'm invisible though. But the point is that if now I go forward, right? And I sit even next to him, considering that the timeout now is kicking in, he will not react, right? He will not react. And that's a major problem. That's a major problem because it means that yeah, so this is why we need to know. This is why we need to know the crossing of the line. We need to know the crossing of the line. So can we do it by 4 different perception timers? Yeah, I think we should. I think we should. Like if I saw you already once in that range, yeah, I think that may fix it. So if we do, instead of doing 1 timer only for everything, we do 1 timer per range. So we have any range, which is 30 meters. Short range is 10 meters and personal range, which is 4 meters, right? So, and we have very short range, which is inside, which is below 4 meters. So what I'm thinking is, if we keep 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, if we keep 4 different site timers, right? And we detect Is it a good idea or is it a bad idea? So if you are continuously crossing, let's say that I keep 4 timers, right? I keep 4 timers, 1 for each range. And then you as a player want to exploit this mechanic. They don't attack first, yeah, I don't think, they probably don't attack first. And you want to exploit this mechanic, right? So you can say, I cross, and he reacts. I cross again. No, because we will never reset it. But if we never reset it, is a problem, though. No, we reset it every minute. 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 Yeah, I think it may work, eh? The 4... But this guy's not attacking, basically. Why this guy's not attacking? That's a bit annoying. They never attack first. But if they never attack first... then... What about the mercenaries or anyone else? The gladiators, but the gladiators are not casting spells. The other one that were broken were the mercenaries, huh? These guys, huh? Okay, let's take one of them. Let's take one of them. So 90, 21, 659. And let's load him. Let's load him as well. I want to see what it does. I want to see what it does. Now, it will react only the first time. So at the moment we have the same problem. That is, so we absolutely need to change that. Because as it is now, is broken. I don't know why we don't have a decay. Why we don't have a natural decay for the perception instead of fixing this like hard timer of 1 minute. Why cannot just decay, you know, in their brain the interest like every other needs does? I don't know why we add this. I mean, why we forced. Why we force this 1 minute timer instead of just having more natural decay of I don't have anything against them attacking first. I don't know, maybe it was to avoid killing innocent people. To avoid killing innocent people, because there may be new players, you know, they're running around and... And if they just enter the arena and they get destroyed, it's not a great idea. Okay, we have our guy here. Now, what will happen is exactly the same thing. Like now he's not reacting because he got me at distance and he's not getting me again at short distance, right? Is this the same timeout? No? What? Doesn't see me? He doesn't react. Our mercenary reacting? He should react, no? What? He doesn't have a perception range. This guy reacted when I came close to him. He casted a spell. Yeah, exactly. Why this guy doesn't? Ah, because I'm still invisible? Because I'm still invisible. No, there is some other problem here. Ah, fuck, I didn't launch it in... Okay, sorry. We are not in debug. We are not in debug. That's why. So I had to wait 1 minute. Okay, fine. Let me launch it again. We were not in debug mode. We were in normal. Now this will time out. Renault Liar is what I kill every time I come back in game and never let them touch me. But one day they will. You just need to make them a bit smarter than what they are now. There is a big part, you know, what I want to improve when we have the game up and running. I want to improve the artificial intelligence of these characters and improve the way they move, the way they hide, you know, the way they cast spells. So for example, I've seen that the guy came next to me and then cast Fist of the Volcano, but he should have, I mean, he can cast it from far away. It doesn't have to come close to me, right? So also what I'm seeing is that I'm getting perceptions even if I'm invisible, which is a bit weird, but right, exactly. So I got an instant perception from this guy. Let me trigger the perception anyway. Yes, he's fighting me now. Okay, I think that it works better, but we have the problem of we have the problem of the multiple ranges, right? Because the inner range will not trigger. So I can fix it. I can create 4 timers of 1 minute for the 4 ranges and just store that information, right? Is fairly light. I mean, it's not a problem. These are just hash tables that are getting checked, so it's really simple. I'm just trying to understand if it's the right solution, right? If it's the right solution. So basically I will have a timer of 1 minute here, a timer of 1 minute here, and a timer of 1 minute here. And this means that if the NPC saw you in this position, he will ignore the next view perception for 1 minute, right? And if he saw you in this position, the same. If he saw you in this position, the same. Now, if you teleport or whatever, and you are immediately in this one, and then you move back, you will obviously trigger again the perception, right? And you will trigger again the perception. Now, this is kind of an easy solution, but I don't know if it's the best solution. Because in theory, the best solution would be that he continuously sees you. Because you know what is the problem? The problem is that if we don't trigger again, I'm not fully convinced. I need to convince myself to actually so like now he sees me, right? But he doesn't care. No, wait. We actually triggered this. He's following me. Uh-oh, his leg got fucked up. Wow, he's flying! But he's never attacking me normally. Yeah, but I think that right now is working like he's working in the old game. Meaning that it is flying because we debugged when he was trying to walk, I think. But he's never attacking me end to end. He's always using this thingies. But it seems to be way better anyway. Where did he go? I died, but he kind of disappeared. I don't know why. Why he disappeared? But okay, it's working better. I think I can do a fix, right? Where we can have it at least as good as it was in the old game. With this, because it seems to me that, you know, even if I triggered only one perception, that perception was enough, right? It was enough to actually kick off the thing. So I just don't know if seeing you, it should he gave a teleport failed. I don't know why he gave a teleport failed. I think these mercenaries may have a home region set somewhere that they cannot really reach. Okay, but if you want to do this 4-timer, it's fairly easy, because we just do we need to pass in the p-type, right? We need to pass in this perception type. and yeah, I mean, it's the same, but we have to pass in this, and then we will have 4 different timers. So we will have a player detect timer 1, 2, 3, and 4, basically, right? Which goes between maybe I can call it adjacent, short range. What is the name? Adjacent, nearby, or very short, short, long, any. Or long, short, personal. I don't know. I think this is a bit confusing, but anyway, we need 4. So I think it can be very long, long, very long, long, short, and in adjacent or nearby, whatever. Very long, long, short, and very short. Very long. No, wait a second. I'm confusing myself. If the distance is greater than long range, perception any range, she's more than, so there is like very long, there is long, there is short, and very short. Yeah, let's do very long, long, short, and very short. I think it's more understandable. Okay. Yeah, now we just switch on p-type, and we just return, you know, one. We just return meh. I will copy it from here. So there is the very long, right? And so we go very long. There is the long. Don't you have to break the? I think you have to, no? You have to break the case. So why? Ah, because I didn't open it. I think because I didn't open it, boys. So there is the short range. It's basically the same. So it is a bit smarter, right? Because we are keeping it by range, and so we are sure that we are triggering basically all 4. Right? We are triggering all 4 in case you are crossing all 4, right? Which I think is exactly what we need. And it's similar to how the old game was actually working. So now the only problem is how do we How do we set it? Because there is a get, right? But we also need the set. No, it's the same. It's exactly the same. Mm-hmm. 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 So like this, I'm a bit more confident that is actually going to work well. Right? Okay. So there is kind of a fake timer. I mean, it's not really a timer, but it's kind of a fake timer. But we will basically hit, we will basically hit for every range. We will hit for every range. So we will actually get this no matter what. You know what is the weird thing is that it's not considering invisible players. It's not considering invisible players. That's very, very strange. I think it should. I don't know if the old game was doing it, but I don't know if the old game was doing it, but I assume yes. I assume yes, but probably because the proxy list was automatic. No, I don't think it was the proxy list. Teleport me. I mean, like if I go close to any of these guys and I'm invisible, nothing happens. Right? If I go close to those guys and I'm not invisible, right? Now they react. So it's a bit weird that we don't have the same code. It's a bit weird that in Unreal, in PS Unreal, how is it? I mean, did I skip a piece of code or something? Because in theory, or we don't fire the perception, but Q enemy perception. Maybe it was inside Q enemy perception. No. But I want to add it because... And also I think if you are dead... Because I think they are reacting now if you are dead. I think here we are already too deep into the code and is... So we have to catch it before. We have to catch it... Yeah, and also NPC on NPC, yeah? Because NPC, I mean, I don't know if an NPC is sensing another NPC. It should not. Well, at the moment, we don't care, I guess. But I don't want this thing to trigger. If the player is invisible. I assume the get visibility is returning visible, right? So if it's false, it's invisible. So if the player is invisible, we just return. Now, I don't know if we should also check that because this handle perception player in range, do you think is already filtering players or not? Execute only if he's an NPC. Execute only if it's an NPC. Yeah, in that sense, yes. I understand what you mean in that sense, yes, but... who is calling this? This function is called every X second after the sensing is defined in pawn sensing component with tick interval of 0.2 seconds. Okay. So we are checking that it's working only on PCs, but we are not... okay, here it is. But we are not filtering NPC on NPC. So NPC will get... we'll get perceptions. Okay. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Okay, let's try to see if with this it is better. Let's see if with this is better. Okay, I think it will. If it's none of those, I mean, if it's none of the perceptions, what do we do? We just return 0 so it triggers or not? In theory, it should never happen. Because I'm getting a side perception that is... I think I will return any range. I will return the very long one. Probably. I will return the very long one. Like if he's out of range completely. In theory, it should never happen. I think we have the same problem here. Oh no, here we don't, because this is not a return. Okay. Good. Let's see if it works. So now we have 4 timers. Now we have 4 timers. Well, anyway, if it works, definitely we improved it compared to what we had 4 hours ago. If it works, at least we understood the problem and we found a solution. Now, is this the best solution? I don't know, but it should work pretty much like the old game was working. Why am I here? I have no idea. So let's go to one of them. And now I am invisible, so in theory they should never trigger, because I checked the thingy that, you know, so they should never trigger until I'm visible. The moment I'm loading. Okay. So if I become visible, so my point is that I will become visible, but at long distance, okay? I will become visible at long distance. And at long distance is not casting the spell, okay? Exactly. So he saw me now. He saw me now. But is doing nothing, which is correct. Right? Now I'm going to cross the line. I think until here. And in theory, it should trigger again. Yes, it triggered again. Perfect. It triggered again. And now I'm going to cross it again, because I'm crossing the 3rd line. And this guy now should start to cast the spell. Maybe I'm not close enough. It's not doing it. He's not doing it. But he properly triggered here, so he probably triggered. So why didn't do it? not casting. He's not casting the spell. He's not casting the spell. Okay, let me go even closer. But I think this is the minimum range, because it's 4 meters. In fact, you see, it's not triggering anymore. So the question is why? Why is not casting the spell? Because I'm a game master? Okay. Because I'm a game master? This game master thing is annoying. Yes, because I'm a game master. Okay. Because I'm a game master. But it actually worked. And now, I don't know what is going on. But is... Okay, nice. Okay, nice. I think it's working, huh? I think it's working. I think it's working. I think every 60 seconds we will re-trigger the... we will reset and re-trigger. So I think it's good. Huh? I think it's good, boys. So at least it should work as the old game. Now, it's probably not the best, but they don't buff them when they see you. Yes, they buff them when they buff themselves when you are close enough and they see you. So that is what is going on. You see? He did it again. He did it again, but now he didn't do it continuously like he was doing before, right? Before he was doing it continuously. Now he's doing it in a reasonable time frame, which is what we wanted. Now, if I'm going to attack him, I have no idea what happens. Now, if I am going to attack this guy... Yeah, the problem is that I have... Oh, it was in a breakpoint. Fuck. But yes, he was actually reacting, and he was doing something. I don't know what, but he was doing something. No, I think it's working. I think it's working. I think it's a good change, boys. I think it's a good change. It's a good change. Okay, I think now is a matter of testing, right? And again, I think it's a bit hard for me to spend time testing, because if I spend time testing, I you know, we will never finish this thing. So I think that now is up to you. So I will probably re-release. I don't know when, but I will re-release, and in the next release there will be this fix, and you can test it, okay? And you can test it. It seems to be good to me. Just need to be tested by a non-GM account. I mean, playing as GM is always kind of annoying. Because you never test a game exactly the way players test it. But if I remove my GM powers, then I cannot do teleport and stuff and everything else, right? Now, as soon as I log in, I think we will get... as soon as I log in, I think we will get the trigger. No, because I'm invisible. Okay. We will not get the trigger because I'm invisible. But I think it works, boys. I think it works. I think it works. I can even remove the breakpoint. Let's remove the breakpoint so we don't get stopped, you know, stupidly. And so if I set me player now, yes, you see, he's immediately casting. He's casting one time, and he's not casting again. Perfect. And he's not attacking because this character is not attacking by default. Now, I need to understand why sometimes I cannot yes, because I'm tired. Yes, and so I'm able to attack. Yeah, and the guy is following me. Now, I don't know exactly what he will do. Oh, shit. Yeah, it's definitely working better. I don't know why it comes close to me to actually cast the spell. That's super bad. You see the Fist of the Volcano that is launching? He's launching it at me at a super short range. Right? I don't know why. Which, by the way, is a beautiful spell, so... Boom. Okay, it's doing damage to me. Please do not GM in the next release and we'll test all the NPC. Yeah, I can remove it even now if you want. For me, it's easy to switch, but... It's a bit annoying to test as GM because... yeah. But anyway... I became invisible. Ha! Okay, guys, I'm going. So I think it was a good session. And so I will say goodbye to all of you. And I will also say we will win. We will win! And yes, I will see you tomorrow evening at 9:30 p.m. European time. And if you want to help, you can click on follow on Twitch. And also subscribe on YouTube. Those are free and you can do it without any problem if you want, and it's helping us anyway, because the more numbers we have, the more people that follow us we have, and things like that. Plus, if you want to do a bit more, you can go to Patreon, which is patreon.com/planeshift, and the link is below, and you can get a Patreon, and so you can see some of the previews and some of the videos that I'm posting, additional background, additional lore of the game, and all the money that we get, we use it to commission stuff to make the game better, right? So see you tomorrow evening, where we continue with this. Bye bye. Do we have someone to raid? I don't know. I think on Sunday no one is really. Do we have someone to raid? I don't know. I think on Team Vash. We can raid Team Vash. Why not? Team Vash. Done. Are you ready to join? Are you ready to join or not? I hope you're ready to join. Join the raid. Say hello. And then we go. Bye bye. Bye bye.